backtrack if you want.
So the big question is, what is 21st century policing? Well, in order to understand what 21st century policing is, you have to understand what the original mode of policing was, and that would be community-based policing. You would always hear, whether you were in rural South Carolina or upstate New York, community-based policing. And what that does is it centers on the people in which the police department serves. That sounds like a great idea. The unfortunate issue is that what happens when people come into that community that aren't from that community? And this is where historically and systemically we've had issues with policing across the board. If you take an upscale area, here in Portland, we would say Lake Oswego. It's one of our more affluent areas, right? It has a certain socioeconomic, a certain demographic makeup of people that live there. Now, if the police department operates from community-based policing, it's going to be extremely cordial and understanding and sympathetic to the people that are of that community. Again, the problems arise when you have people that are not from that community and potentially run afoul of the law. These are situations that you see play out in the Trayvon Martin situation, even the Tamir Rice situation, or any of the hot button topics that have led to a lot of calls for police reform. Now, in this exact instance, I am not here to debate politics or to debate political reasonings of police interaction. What I'm trying to do is explain to you how all of this plays into you working as a security guard. Right now in society and throughout law enforcement, 21st century policing is being touted as the fix to all of the issues. How do you go about understanding this nuanced approach? The definition, as I see it, for 21st century based policing is not community-based policing, but customer service-based policing. Everyone operating and interacting from a position of customer service. You're not simply there to enforce the law, you're there to serve the public. But it has to also be equity-centered. Equity-centered means understanding all of the different makeups of the demographics of people you potentially could come in contact with. So if we take this affluent area of Lake Oswego, they do not have a lot of minorities, whether that's Black or Latino or Asian. It's a predominantly white area. So those officers, if they are operating under 21st century policing policies, they're interacting with people understanding the cultural differences and systemic issues that potentially have affected that community. If they pull over someone who happens to be Black, they understand the historical context and issues that that person may, and again, this is just me giving a definition, may sense in their interaction with police officers. It's understanding all of the nuance, that word that we utilize so much here, all of the nuance that goes into dealing with people of other races, other ethnicities, or other genders.